A very good morning to all my dear students. So this is the 10th video lecture I am recording to give it to you. So in the previous lecture or in the online classes, whatever we have dealt, I have dealt with translational mechanical systems, rotational mechanical systems. Then I have explained you how to write the equations of the mechanical system using free body diagram. Okay, so we drew the free body diagram and then showed all the forces on the free body diagram, and with the help of the free body diagram, using Newton's second law of motion, we were able to write the equations. That is one method of writing equations of mechanical, translational as well as rotational mechanical systems. And in the previous lecture, online lecture, I told you how to draw an equivalent mechanical system. That is, from the existing mechanical system, we can draw an equivalent mechanical system using the nodal method, that is representing the number of displacements in the mechanical system with the help of nodes, and then connecting all the elements under the influence of the displacements. That is another, and using that equivalent mechanical system, we can write down the equations of the control system also. So using free body diagram also you can write the equations, and also using the equivalent mechanical system also you can write the equations of the control system. So the number of displacements will represent the number of equations. For example, if we have two displacements in the control system, we will have two nodes in the equivalent mechanical system, and we will have two equations which define or describe the control system. So this equivalent mechanical, drawing the equivalent mechanical system from the existing mechanical system, I have explained 3 problems in the online class, and I have also posted in your Google Classroom 4 solved problems on equivalent mechanical system. That is, how to convert a mechanical system into an equivalent mechanical system using the nodal method, and then after writing the nodal method, we can write equations one at each node. Okay, okay, one at each node. So that is how we obtain close my open it. That is how we obtain the equivalent mechanical system and write the equations. The equations which we obtain from free body diagram or the equations which we obtain from equivalent mechanical system are the same. But what happens is, in our study, we are basically focusing on mechanical and electrical systems and conversion, that is analogy between electrical and mechanical systems. In that case, it is easier and more convenient to write the equations of the control system, mechanical system, using equivalent mechanical system and then equivalent system, and then convert the mechanical system into electrical system. That is, if we convert the mechanical system into electrical system, the further analysis of the control system becomes very easy. So it is usual practice for control engineers, the electronic engineers, the electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, to convert mechanical system into an equivalent system, and then obtain the analogy between electrical elements and mechanical elements, and write the equations in the form of electrical elements. Okay, so that is how we do. That's why writing the equivalent mechanical system and then obtaining the equations is very important for us. Okay, so now in today's video lecture, I will be dealing with models of electrical systems. Okay, models of electrical systems. One second, I want to change this one of 1 second. Okay, models of electrical systems. Okay, so this is what we are, this is the topic of discussion today, that is models of electrical systems. Just like mechanical systems, in mechanical systems, as we know, there are translational mechanical systems and there are rotational mechanical systems. In translational mechanical systems, the displacement is linear or in the straight line, and in rotational mechanical systems, the displacement is rotational, represented by theta, and in translational displacement is represented by x. Okay, then that displacement gets converted into linear velocity and linear acceleration in translational mechanical systems, while as in rotational mechanical systems, the angular displacement is represented by theta, angular velocity by omega, and angular acceleration by alpha. Okay, two types of systems. And then in mechanical systems, the basic elements that come into action are the spring, the damper or the dashpot, and the mass. These are the three elements which we consider while drawing or while obtaining the equations of mechanical systems. Okay, while obtaining the equations of mechanical systems. That is how the mechanical systems work. Now, coming to models of electrical systems. Okay, so how we obtain the differential equation of mechanical systems. Okay, that is also important for us. The mechanical systems, models of electrical systems. So electrical systems can generally be classified into two types. One is the RLC circuit, that is series circuit, and RLC parallel circuit. All of us know electrical systems have series circuits and parallel circuits. To find the mathematical model of an electrical system, the fundamental law governing electrical circuits are Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. Both are Kirchhoff's laws. One is the current law, one is the voltage law. And the basic elements of electrical circuits are resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Just like we have spring, damper, and mass, in electrical systems, the elements are the resistor relating to resistance, inductor relating to inductance, and capacitor relating to capacitance. Now let us consider each of these elements separately. The resistor. What is the property of the resistor? Resistor is an energy dissipative element. It dissipates energy. The relationship between current and voltage for the circuit shown in 2.5 which has a resistor. For example, consider this circuit. Okay, consider this circuit. In this circuit, a current I of t flows into the circuit which has a resistor with resistance R ohms, and the voltage across this circuit is V of t. Okay, so using Kirchhoff's law, V of t is proportional to I of t. V is proportional to I, or V is equal to R into I. Okay, R into I in terms of t. Okay, the equation is written in terms of t, where R is the resistance, I of t is the current through the resistor, and V of t is the voltage across the resistor. So using Kirchhoff's law, V is equal to IR is the standard format. So if there is a circuit with one resistor where current I is flowing and voltage V is across the circuit, then V is equal to IR or R is equal to. So this is the equation which we use. So next element is the inductor. Next element is the inductor. So coming back to the inductor. Okay. Inductor is an electrical element which stores energy in magnetic field. The relationship between current and voltage for the circuit shown in figure 2.6 containing an inductor is given by, see here there is a circuit where I of t is the current flowing and L is the inductance and V of t is the voltage across this circuit. Then V of t is equal to L into di by dt, or the voltage is proportional to the differentiation of the current. Voltage is proportional to differentiation of the current, whereas in resistor voltage is proportional to the current. Here it is differentiation of the current, and the constant is 1 by L. 1 by the constant is L. The constant is L. That is the inductor. Okay, that is called as the inductance. The constant proportionality constant is inductance di by dt. Okay, or if you want to write the equation in terms of current, if you want to write the equation in terms of current, then you can write I of t is equal to 1 by L into integration of V of t. This is in terms of voltage and this is in terms of current. So let us see for the previous this one also. That is here I of t. For example, here also if you want to write the equation for I of t is equal to Vi of t by R. Okay. Here it is I of t is equal to 1 by L into integration of V of t dt. Then coming to the third element, that is the capacitor. Okay. Capacitor is an electrical element which stores energy in electric form. See, inductor stores energy in magnetic field. Capacitor stores energy in electric form. The relationship between current and voltage for the circuit having one capacitor is V of t is proportional to integration of I of t dt. Okay. See here. V is proportional to current. V is proportional to differentiation of current. V is proportional to integration of current. So V of t is equal to 1 by C into integration of I dt, or I of t is equal to C into dV by dt. So these are the equations. Okay, these are the equations for the elements which we use in an electric circuit. So now coming to analogies between electrical and mechanical components. So we have proper analogy between electrical and mechanical systems. Mechanical systems like electrical networks have three passive linear components. Two of them, spring and the mass, are energy storage elements. One of them, the viscous damper, dissipates energy. The two energy storage elements are analogous to two electrical energy storage elements, inductor and capacitor. The energy dissipator is analogous to resistance. The motion of translation is defined as motion that takes place along a straight or curved path. The variables that are used to describe translational motion are acceleration, velocity. This we already know. Okay, this we already know. So now coming to next slide. Next slide I have put about how to obtain the equivalent mechanical system using node basis. Already I have solved problem on this and already I have posted the 4 solved problems also. But still, because it is important at this point, that is to draw the equivalent mechanical system, just I am once again repeating the things. How to draw an equivalent mechanical system using the node basis. The first step is to, due to applied force, identify the displacements in the mechanical system. Identify the elements which are under the influence of different displacements. Represent each displacement by separate node using nodal analysis. Show all the elements in parallel under respective nodes which are under the influence of respective displacements. Elements causing same change in displacement will be connected in parallel in between the respective nodes. This we have already applied and already we have solved problem also on this. So now okay, we have already solved problem. For example, consider this mechanical system. Okay, this is the mechanical system. If we have to represent this mechanical system with a equivalent mechanical system, this is the equivalent mechanical system. I am not going to go into detail of this. So consider another mechanical system. For example, consider this mechanical system. This mechanical system has one external force F of t causing displacement x of t in the mass m, and mass m is connected to a fixed support, and damping coefficient, damper and spring are acting between this. So this mechanical system I am going into brief only. This mechanical system can be represented with the help of an equivalent mechanical system also. Can be represented with the help of an equivalent mechanical system. Okay. Now coming to this slide. This is of importance to me because I have already solved problems on equivalent mechanical systems. Now today's interest is analogous systems. That is, analogous means similar systems. So how are electrical and mechanical systems can be analogous systems, and how do you obtain the analogy between mechanical and electrical systems, and how you convert a mechanical system into an analogous electrical system? That is the study of the further lecture. Okay. If two or, see here, look here, if two or more types of systems are represented by differential equations of similar form known as analogous systems. In the analogous system, dynamic characteristics are identical. The corresponding variables and parameters in the two systems represented by similar form of differential equation of equilibrium are called analogous. Thus, it is possible to draw mechanical system. It is possible to draw a mechanical system exactly behave like an electrical system and vice versa. Okay, mechanical system which behaves exactly like an analogous electrical system, or an electrical system behaving exactly like an analogous mechanical system. But it is always advantageous to have electrical system analogous to mechanical system. This method of representing mechanical system in terms of electrical system is called electrical analogy. Okay, electrical analogy, that is what we will be studying. Electrical analogy is the method of representing a mechanical system into an electrical system. A mechanical system converted into an electrical system. This is called as electrical analogy. Okay, this is called, understand very well. See what he says in this paragraph. In this paragraph is, when the differential equations representing two systems are of similar type, okay, they resemble in all ways, then they are called as analogous systems, and the parameters also can be compared between the two systems. And in practice, for all analysis, it is very convenient to convert the mechanical system into an equivalent electrical system. That is called as electrical analogy. That is converting a mechanical system into an electrical system. That is called as electrical analogy. So, electrical analogy is of two types. One is called as force current analogy. Another is called as force voltage analogy. Very important. Force current analogy, force voltage analogy. What do they mean? The force in the mechanical system is equivalent to current in the electrical system. Then it is called as force current analogy. Force in the mechanical system is equivalent to current in the electrical system, force current analogy. If the force in the mechanical system is equivalent to voltage in the electrical system, it is force voltage analogy. Force current andra, force, applied force is equivalent to applied current. Applied force is equal to applied voltage. These are the two types of analogies that we are going to study. That is force current and force voltage analogy. Okay, force current and force voltage analogy. So first we will be dealing with the force current analogy, which is shortly called as FI analogy. It is also called as FI analogy. Force current analogy. In this analogy, current in the electrical system is considered as analogous to force in the mechanical system. For example, consider the spring mass and damper system shown in the figure. Very simple system. There is one mass to which an external force F of t is applied, which causes a displacement x of t, and between the mass and the fixed support there is this damping effect represented by damping coefficient B and spring effect represented by spring coefficient K. Okay. So this is the, now applying Newton's law, already we have done the problem for this. So applying Newton's law, the second law of motion, we can get F of t. See here, look here only. F of t is the external force equal to opposed by m into x double dot, b into x dot, k into x. So this is the equation representing the mechanical system where x double dot is d square x by dt, x dot is velocity dx by dt, and x is the displacement. That is, you can write it like this also. F of t is equal to m d square x by dt square plus b dxt by dt plus kxt. Taking Laplace transform of this equation, we can write f of s is equal to m s square x of s, b x of s, k b s x of s, k x of s. Taking x of s out, I can write f of s is equal to x of s into bracket ms square plus bs plus k. So this already we have done. Idanna already ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. In the transfer function model we have already done. So this we can say, we can call it as equation 1. Let us call this as equation 1. So now going to the next slide. So now to obtain Fi analogy, what is our aim? Is to obtain the Fi analogy. To obtain Fi analogy, consider the electrical system shown in this figure. Consider an electrical system shown in this figure. Okay. So now applying Kirchhoff's law to this electrical network, I of t, that is the current, which is the input, current is the input, that if it flows through the circuit and the voltage is V between this node, then this current will get splitted to this inductor circuit, resistance circuit and capacitance circuit. Okay. So the current will get split up here. At this point, the current will get split up. So the current will get split up here. So that is, we can see okay. So now in this circuit, the total current will be equal to, that is, you can see in this equation, the total current will be equal to the sum of current through the resistance, current through the inductance and current through the capacitance. Okay, this is the basic equation. So now applying the Kirchhoff's law, the current through resistance IR can be written as V by R. Similarly, the current through the inductance can be written as 1 by L into V dt, and current through the capacitance is C. These we have studied while studying the electrical elements. So now taking the Laplace transform of this, we get I of S equal to V of S by R, I 1 by L into V of S by S plus C into S V of S. This is by taking Laplace transform. Now, to express the equation 2, this equation similar to the mechanical equation 1, V of t, that is voltage, is nothing but rate of change of flux. Okay, voltage we can define as voltage is nothing but rate of change of flux. Okay, flux is represented by pi. Okay, so V of t is d pi by dt. So substituting that in the above equation, or first taking the Laplace of this phi, V of s is equal to s into pi of s, or pi of s equal to V of s by s. So substituting this in the above equation, we get the equation for current in Laplace form as I of s equal to s into pi of s by r plus 1 by L into pi of S plus C S square pi of S. So that if I take pi of S out, I get this equation 3. So now if you look at equation 3 and equation 1, that is if we compare, current I is analogous to force, capacitance is analogous to M, mass, reciprocal of resistance is analogous to B, reciprocal of inductance is analogous to L, and flux is analogous to displacement. So with that I can get the table, analogous quantity table for Fi analogy, force, this is rotational system, torque, current, that is current I, here it is should be I, then mass is equivalent to capacitance, friction is equivalent to 1 by resistance, stiffness equal to 1 by L, displacement is flux, and velocity x dot dx by dt is voltage, velocity is d pi by dt. So with that, using Fi analogy, we can write F is equivalent to current, M equal to C, B equal to 1 by R, K equal to 1 by L, X equal to pi, and X dot equal to V or E also. Voltage is represented by V or EMF E. Okay. So this is Fi analogy. I will finish the lecture here and record one more lecture for FV analogy. So I think you have understood the Fi analogy. Please go through. I will be sending the PPT. Go through it. Go through the notes, and then you will understand it. Very important. This is a very important lecture, video lecture number 10. Thank you so much.